You mentioned Catholic schools. And so I want to just touch on private schools just from one vantage point. If you listen to CTU, they will tell you that if we want to get the outcomes, if we want to see better outcomes of students, if we want a better deliverable in terms of the actual student, all you have to do is give them some more money.
Right.
That's all it is. It just comes down to more money. Chicago spends approximately $28,000 to $29,000 per capita on their students. But if you go to a Catholic school or a private school in the Chicagoland area, and I know this from having my daughter went to a private Catholic high school, you spend half as much. You spend around $15,000 to $18,000 to send that same kid to a private high school. And when you go to look at Catholic schools, they graduate nearly at 100%, and over 90% of those students who graduate are ready to go to college. So how are we spending twice as much money in CPS and getting it at best 60% of less than 60% of the quality of student who's graduating?
Because we're spending more money and we're not demanding accountability, and we're spending more money on things that don't improve student achievement, that don't narrow the achievement gap. For example, having worked in the largest school districts in 4 different states, and incidentally, I went through a campaign where the teachers union and Johnson blamed me for doing everything but sinking to Lusitania. And, I'm surprised they didn't say I was behind the grassy knoll in Dallas when Kenny was assassinated. The bottom line is, in each of my districts, not only did our enrollment grow and that I never had to close a single school, and that includes Chicago, but academic performance skyrocketed. In Philadelphia, math scores tripled and reading scores doubled over a period of 7-8 years across all demographics. Why was that? Besides strengthening the curriculum and holding teachers, students, and schools accountable for performance, we also did something else. We lengthened the school day. We lengthened the school year. In New Orleans, where the New Orleans School District led the state in academic improvement for 7 straight years, the kids were getting 34% more instruction than was mandated by the state. So we increased the instructional time on task. The objective here was to focus more time helping the students catch up. It's impossible to do in Chicago. Chicago is one of the shortest school days, shortest school years. The teachers are demanding even less time out of the classroom.
Correct.
And I mean, you saw these stunning statistics about teacher absenteeism.
Yes.
I mean, the number of teachers, 25, 30, no, it was more, closer to 40% of the teachers are absent more than 10 days. You know what I mean? Not because they have medical issues and things like that. The bottom line is they don't care about the kids. They only care about the schools. So
to your point,
yeah.
And the most recent budget, the most recent budget that they passed is going to make teachers in CTU, CPS, they are going to be the highest paid teachers in the nation. Up until this budget was passed, the highest paid teachers were in California, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. So you've got CPS teachers who are demanding to have the highest average salary in the nation, with the abysmal outcomes and products that they are producing. That kids are graduating from college and they are functionally illiterate. They're not prepared to go to college or do any type of post-secondary type of. They can't go to the job market. They are unprepared. What is the solution? What do you think? What does Paul Vallas say the solution is to doing a 180 on where the trajectory of the CPS is on? Because ultimately, I think that's the larger issue as well, is that CTU and the missions of CTU and CPS are not calibrated. CTU is all about getting the best thing for the teachers. Right. CPS is about getting the best thing for their students, but they're not. So again, their missions are not even calibrated.
Yeah, let me tell you the 4 or 5 things that would be game changers. I call them, like the silver bullets. They're the things that can be transformational.